What's up YouTube, it's Bellowing Thunder here and welcome back to our TCG deck profile video up on the channel. Today we're going to be visiting the Raging Bolt deck that recently won the championships in Japan. So a very interesting list without even playing Noctowls in this Raging Bolt list. So we're going to be checking out every single card in detail. So hopefully you guys are excited. If you are, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It helps out in many ways. It is super effective on the channel and I am forever grateful if you would do so. Only requires one tiny second of your time. So as you all know, we are exploring all the decks that are actually kind of good for the Pokémon TCG World Championships over in Anaheim. And today, Raging Bolt upon the menu. You might think, well, this is a very interesting Raging Bolt list as it does not come packed with Noctowl. So we are definitely not weak against Team Rocket's Watchtower, which is awesome. And this deck list is also way more aggressive. It's faster because the deck list wants to go second all the time and doesn't have to set up any Fan Rotoms, any Hoothoot. You just go second and do the classic thing with either using Crispin or Professor Sada's Vitality to attack with the Bellowing Thunder attack. 70 damage for every basic energy you're willing to discard from your field. Very awesome. In a pinch, you can also go for Burst Roar, but if you do stuff like that, that actually is going a little bit downwards with your play. You definitely want to be attacking with Bellowing Thunder on your very first turn, going second. This is going to really help out the Teal Mask Ogerpon with the Teal Dance, accelerating a grass energy to it and also drawing yourself a card. So you do have hand advantage, you have energies on board, and sometimes you can even attack with the Myriad Leaf Shower up against Marnie's Grimmsnarl, stuff like Charizard EX as well. So it's a very great way. You draw cards, you get energies into play, and the only thing you want to be doing is using Professor Sala's Vitality or Crispin to start attacking with the Raging Bolt and the Bellowing Thunder attack. We also come back with one copy of the Baby Raging Bolt. This is very good with the Thunder Burst Storm, allowing you to snipe for a ridiculous amount of damage. If you have 3 energies equipped, you're actually going to snap 90 damage with the attack, meaning you can knock out Dracloaks, you can knock out Curlials, Stage 1s, the Pokemon. You can snipe all around, which is totally awesome. The bad news is sometimes people can actually play stuff like Shaman, but if they don't play that, you can definitely punish them instantly with the Baby Raging Bolt. Then we have Iron Leaves. This is a German copy because that's the only card I currently have. I actually ordered one and out of nowhere it was a German card, but let me just enlighten you. It does come back with an attack slapping 180 damage and you cannot attack during your next turn. And also if you slap it down onto your bench, you can absorb as many energies as you want from the field and slide yourself to the active position. So you have an answer against stuff like Maractus Trapping, and out of nowhere you can Teal Dance, slap it down and deal with Marnie's Grimmsnarl, which is still a very popular deck in the world's meta. So yeah, a very strong card indeed. So one copy of that. Then we're going to be playing consistent with 2 copies of Squawkability. This actually is very good because with Squawkability, you can, on your very first turn, discard your hand and draw 6. I think it's going to be very good playing 2 copies. That means you always can get into the game. As soon as you have a Nesball or an Ultra Ball, you can get yourself into the game and dig for those Professor Sadas or the Crispins. That's going to allow you to attack on the very first turn going second. And there's also a very cool, neat combo which you can use to get rid of your Squawkability, but more on that later. First of all, let's talk about some more bench sitters. We're gonna have 2 copies of Mew EX. You're not gonna be attacking with Mew EX, but sometimes you could with stuff like Crispin, but it is not the plan. It is in here for the restart ability. That means if you go very aggro and the opponent unfair stamps you or Ionos you, you can still draw cards with Mew EX and its restart ability. So that's why it's also in here, protection against hand disruption. Then we're going to have 1 copy of Latias EX. We're only playing basic Pokemon, so no Noctowl, no anything. So Latias will provide free retreat with all of our Pokemon. If you're still trapped with something like Maractus, you can always rely on an Iron Leaves, maybe in combination with a Judge to get yourself out of that situation. Then a very cool card is going to be the Chien-Pao. You don't often see this in a Raging Bolt deck, but I think it's very good because this is going to be allowing you to go Area 0 Underdepth, go wide on the board, slap more Pokemon down than 5, and then finish off with a Chien-Pao to get rid of the stadium, healing technically the Pokemon, or you're actually going to be discarding the Pokemon that are damaged. That's pretty much why it's in here. You can also get rid of a Pokemon League headquarters as well. So the Chien-Pao is really useful. Let's imagine Raging Bolt is getting slapped by damage by a Phantom Dive. They didn't find Lily's Clefairy or anything. You just have 200 damage onto yourself. The cool thing is you can slap down Latias, shove it down to the bench, go with Area 0 Underdepth, slap down a lot of Pokemon, and with a Chien-Pao, and out of nowhere, you can actually discard the damage Raging Bolt. So very good to utilize the discard effect of your own stadium, but could help against other stadiums as well. For example, the Pokemon League headquarters, which can sometimes cause a headache. Surge Ball through the means of Ultra Ball, and I think it's one of those cool cards that you don't see very often in Raging Bolt, but it could help out with like a lot of crazy effects with areas they were under that. Then Pheasantipity, as always, we have Pheasantipity in here to draw. If you're getting knocked out, you draw 3 cards, definitely because we are not playing Noctowl. The Pheasantipity draw power will be more useful than ever before because we are going to be using Restart and Pheasantipity most of the time to, of course, get a hand advantage back and then hopefully draw into a Professor Sada's Vitality. Then we're going to also be playing 1 copy of the Transformative Start Ditto. This is going to be good because sometimes, if you go first, you can actually get this into the active position and transform into any Pokemon you want. Imagine you start with Latias, you can instantly go Nesball Ditto, and that's already thinning out a card from the deck. Or if you lead with it, it's also good. You can transform into any Pokemon you might want. Then 1 copy of Budu, also quite controversial. You don't always see this in Raging Bolt, not at all, not at least that I saw. So the Budu is going to allow you to slow games down. You have combinations going, let's say you go second, you don't have access to your Professor Sada or your Crispin. You can always go Latias, free retreat, and attack with the Budu to slow the opponent, just to slow the game down so you have a little bit more time. And also, a thing I love to do with this deck is like, you go Professor Sada's Vitality onto Raging Bolt, attach onto Raging Bolt, retreat, and go for Budu. And then the following turn, you go with sniping capabilities of the Raging Bolt, because if the opponent is item locked, they will most likely not find their Shaman. As it's a one-off and Nazball does not work, unless they come back with Artisan, then it's not a great strategy, but yeah. With that being said, let's talk about the supporter, shall we? 4 copies of the Professor Sada's Vitality. This is actually my favorite supporter in the modern era of the Pokemon TCG. I played this a ton when I was playing Roaring Moon, and now I also played a little bit of Raging Bolt in the late game of the season. So Professor Sada, very good. You're drawing cards, you're getting energies into play. You choose up to 2 of your ancient Pokemon and accelerate a basic energy to it from the discard pile, so that's gonna help out. If you have 2 Raging Bolts in play, 2 energies in play, Teal Dance, attach of turn, and out of nowhere, you are slapping a whopping 350 damage output. Then we're gonna have 3 copies of Crispin. Typically, you only see the 2 copies in the list, but this is a 3rd copy. And also playing a handful of Poké-Gears, which means you don't actually need Noctowl to fetch you out any of these Pokemon. And also a list like this is a little bit less weak against Marnie's Grimmsnarl, which preys upon your ability Pokemon with Frostlass. Think about your Noctowls, your Fan Rotom, all of them free prizes technically for the Marnie's Grimmsnarl matchup. Then 2 copies of 2 copies of Boss's Orders, allowing you to gust. If you are going first, there's always a capability to go for Boss. If you leave some energies upon your field the following turn, you can use Boss. So Boss, very strong, take those prize cards. You're not playing Palpad in this 60, so it's a little bit higher on the supporter count, as you also don't play Noctowl to fetch them out. And then 1 copy of Judge. This is the MVP card. If you watch the Japan Championship stream, this Judge by itself was able to win in the finals, which is hilarious. So very good. Pushing the opponent down to a 4-card hand. Combine that with Budu with item lock. Combine that with Raging Bolt that snipes. You're going to have a lot of ways to deal with the opponent's big hand. So next up, we're going to be talking about the item cards. Very simple. We're going to be playing 4 copies of the Nesball. This is gonna allow you to just get all the Pokemon from your list, as all of them are basic Pokemon, so that's that. Next up, we're gonna have 4 copies of Ultra Ball. This is a very great card as it has a lot of synergy. Let me just enlighten you. If you use Ultra Ball and discard an energy, you activate Professor Sada's Vitality. If you Ultra Ball and you have Mew EX upon the field and are able to thin your hand down enough, you can draw cards with Restart. If you have Ultra Ball, you can get your Chien-Pao out of the list, because if you slap down Chien-Pao on the bench, you can activate it. Same goes for the Iron Leaf. So Ultra Ball has a lot of usage in a deck like this. Now we're gonna have 4 copies of the Earthen Vessel. So maxed out on consistency, as you don't have any Hootoots or Noctowl. So this list is the most consistent version of a Raging Bolt. You might add and more Poké-Gears, but at the moment, having 4 Earthen Vessel, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Nesball, having 2 Squawkability, and a high amount of supporters that can get energies into play, this is gonna be swooping the field quite easily. Then 2 copies of Night Stretcher allow you to get an energy back or a basic Pokemon. This could allow you to reuse Pokemon that you want. Think about the Pheasantipity if they go after it. Think about using Night Stretcher to actually get back something like a Budu if you want to go for that. Or typically like also a Raging Bolt if one of them might be priced, that could be good as well. Then 1 Superior Energy Retrieval. You typically in the Raging Bolts list see regular energy retrieval, but this Superior Energy Retrieval also comes back with synergy to, of course, discard some cards from hand, so you can then reutilize Professor Sada. So there's that, but also getting 4 energies back is really gonna help you out. Imagine you're getting Iono to like 2 cards, you use the Mew, you have 3 cards, you go for the Superior Energy Retrieval, get 4 energies. That means you can Teal Dance, and do a lot of stuff right there. So Superior Energy Retrieval allowing you to get more stuff done. Then 2 copies of Poké-Gear. This is gonna allow you to just hope and find the correct supporter. Whether you're looking for a Crispin or a Professor Sada, with 2 Poké-Gears, you're gonna help out. Don't play more because we are still having item lock Budu in the format, so 2 is sufficient. Then 1 copy of the powerful Prime Catcher. This is very good. This can win games a lot because this allows you to gust on top of playing a supporter that can get energies into play. If you have this in the early lead, this is also gonna be very, very crazy for sure. Then 3 copies of the Area 0 Underdepth. Typically you would see like a split line between 2 Area 0 Underdepth and also a copy of Jamming Tower, but I feel like with this 60, the Area 0 is very important as you can get rid of damaged Pokemon through the means of a Chien-Pao. So Area 0 Underdepth, go more than 5 basic Pokemon, then slap down the Chien-Pao and get rid of damaged Pokemon. It's also very useful up against stuff like a Marnie's Grimmsnarl, for example. They're setting up damage counters left and right. Same goes for Dragapult EX. They want to take multiple prize cards all at once, and the Chien-Pao really ruins that strategy. Then continue on to the energy cards. It's the same as we've always been playing in Raging Bolt. It's going to be 3 copies of the Lightning Energy. There we go. Then 3 copies of the Fighting type energy. So you definitely want 3 because if they are prized, you cannot use Bellowing Thunder. So 3 is the best number available. And then to finish off the list, we are actually playing 6 copies of the Grass type energy to fuel the Teal Dance, but can also work, of course, to get them in the discard pile, get them into play with Sada, activate something like the Iron Leaf. So it is definitely one of the stronger picks for the Pokémon TCG World Championships. It is fast, it is consistent. Without Noctowls, you don't have to damage your brain all too much. You just go with the flow, use strategies like Chien-Pao with the Area 0 Underdepth, use Iron Leaves up against Marnie's Grimmsnarl, snipe a little bit with Raging Bolt, so and you can even slow the opponent down with Budu. Could be nice against stuff like a Goldengo as well if they burned a lot of their energy. So let me know how you feel about this winning 60 from the Japan Championships 2025. If you enjoyed the videos, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. I am forever grateful if you would do so. And consider subscribing. You're going to get more competitive Pokemon TCG videos like this, gameplay, deck list, and preparation for the World Championships. Also go check out the sponsors. They make the daily content possible. Here we have them on the screen right now.
Level up your game with TC Evolutions. Breathtaking damage counters, special condition tokens, and ability markers. Precision, style, power. Use coupon ZapdosTCG for 10% off only at TC Evolutions.
You can also check out DragonShield.com. I'm currently using the yellow matte sleeves. Dragon Shield has the best quality sleeves in the game. They also come packed with binders and deck boxes. Definitely check them out. Get 5% off using the coupon ZapDos5. There is PokeTownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. You can get them with 5% off using the coupon ZapDosTCG. And CardMarket.com for European players, where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. You can use the referral name ZapDosTCG to help support the channel. Thank you all very much for watching. Raging Bolt has really adapted here in this upcoming format, so let me know which cards you would add or change up on the list. And are you a bigger fan of Noctowl or the owl less Raging Bolt? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.